Oh, the other thing I wanted to say is that you'll notice that there's no music today. So if you like to have music while you practice, you're welcome to do that at home. If you want to put on your own little background music, that's perfectly fine. We won't be able to hear it here, of course.
You could have heavy metal, you know, whatever is your jam.
I guess right.
All right, it's 10:30.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Welcome everyone. My name is Sara, and this is the Gentle Yin practice. So we are doing a heart chakra sequence today, and the heart chakra sequence is right in the middle of the chakras. And so I wanted to show you this beautiful piece. I never know what to call it, showing the chakras. It's right in the middle, and it's linked with the color green. So you'll notice also that we're starting to see a lot of green outside. Spring is coming. We can't stop spring, right? And the heart chakra is linked with it's the middle of the chakras, so it integrates the earthly part, the lower chakras, and the higher spiritual chakras. So it's associated with our capacity to love, kindness, both to ourselves and to others. This is where we have compassion and empathy for others, and we could really use some of this now, right? We are learning a whole new vocabulary right now. Our world has been turned upside down in many ways. And so I thought this would be really useful to connect with our hearts today. So let's start with a little centering. So take time to find a comfortable seated position if you're not there already, and sort of move some flesh out of the way. If you attend my classes, you know I suggest that you sit on something. So a blanket, if you're at home, or a towel, something just to lift your hips up a little bit. You have a block, you can sit on a block. Get comfortable, and then take a moment to close your eyes and lift your spine up tall, pull your shoulder blades down your back. And just breathe, take a big deep breath. Inhaling through the nose, and then exhaling through your mouth. Start to release some of that tension. It's inevitable. We all have it right now. You can feel a lot of negative energy in the earth. Start to try to let that go. Bring a hand to your heart. Maybe press it in there a little bit and see if you can feel your heartbeat. Connect with your heart. Connect with your breath. Move your awareness to your heart and feel into that space. Is it open and receptive, or does it feel tight? If it feels tight, see if you can use your breath to loosen it up a little bit. Maybe breathing a little bit easier into that space. And notice how your hand moves as you breathe. You're feeling your heart, and you're allowing your hand to move up and down as your diaphragm moves and your lungs expand. There comes a time in every life when the world gets quiet and the only thing left is your own heart. Listen and learn the sounds of your heart today. Beautiful. Bring another hand to your belly. And on your next inhale, move that breath way down low. Inhale way down low so that you're really expanding your belly. Let your hand move. Pull the breath all the way up into your heart and pause there. And a big exhale, let it out. And do that again. Big inhale from way down low. Pull it all the way up into your heart and pause. And then exhale, let that breath out. One more time. Inhale from way down low. Let your hand move, expand your entire torso. Pull the breath up into the top of your chest. And a big exhale. Beautiful. Release your arms out to the side with your palms facing up. And then take a big inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale down. And as you exhale down, let your chin drop towards your chest. And again, inhale, reach up high. Exhale, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, drop down. Beautiful. Bring your hands together, interlacing the fingers, and bring your hands underneath your chin. See if you can kind of pull your shoulder blades down your back. Elbows are pressed out to the side. Take a big inhale and press your skin up, or your chin up to the sky, lifting your heart. Press your elbows back. Inhale and then exhale, drop it down. Beautiful. Again, inhale, lift up, pressing your elbows back. Bring your heart towards the sky. And exhale, release. And again, inhale, pressing up. Be gentle. Lift your heart. Press your elbows back. Exhale down. Beautiful. This time we're going to take the hands and reach them out in front. We're rounding your spine, stretching out the shoulders, and bring it back in, coming into your chin again, lifting up. Inhale and then exhale, reach out in front, rounding, feeling this in the shoulders. Beautiful. Bring it back. Inhale, reach up, press the elbows back. Exhale, round. Beautiful. Do one more of these. Inhale, lift up, press the elbows back. Exhale, round. Beautiful. Release that down. And let's just open the neck a little bit here. So taking your head, find some circles around, releasing tension in the neck. If you find there's an area that feels a little cranky, just hold it there for a moment. So pay attention to your neck. And if there's a place like I'm feeling it right here, so I'm just going to let my head drop a little bit there. So I want an opening in the left side of the neck. If yours is in the right side, of course your opposite knee, so you don't know what left and right is, but just pay attention and find a little movement in the neck. Beautiful. And then find some stillness. And let's move the shoulders around. So take your shoulders, move them up, around, and back. Big circles. Beautiful. And then reverse that. Bring it back, up, and down. All right. So we're going to move into our first yin posture here. So find, if you have blocks, I'll start with that to show you how you can use the blocks. So you want to put one block for your head this way, and then one block under your spine, at the upper thoracic spine area. And then just come down onto the blocks, like this. So this is the big heart opener. I have some pretty big blocks here. If you don't have blocks, I'm going to show you in a minute how you can do this with the blanket. So then the options here are to either let your legs come out long or bend them, coming into Baddha Konasana. And your arms can, if you like this big opening in the shoulders and the chest, you can let your arms come out behind you. If that feels like too much, bring them down beside you. So if you don't have blocks and you're using a blanket, it's the same idea. It's just not as intense. So you can take the blanket and sort of roll it up like this along the spine. And then you could either let your head drop off to the back, Or you could put a blanket behind you for a little, to lift up your head a little bit so you don't have so much of a drop in the neck. So just come down. Oh, I didn't get it right. This is a little too long for me. So I'm gonna come all the way up here, and then looks like this. That feels nice to me. So you're gonna have to adjust. If you're using towels, it's the same idea. So I'm letting my head drop here. If I wanted to, I could pull the blanket. It's a little roly-poly with my blanket here. So just take your time. We've done this before in class, so it should look pretty familiar to you. I really like it when I have my arms out like this. And once you get settled, start to focus on your breath again. So breathing deeply into your entire torso, but especially into the heart area, up in the upper chest. Taking those nice deep inhales and long exhales. And we're going to hang out here for a few breaths. See if there's something in your body you can relax a little more. If you find that you don't like this in the hips, feel free to take your legs out long. And just scan your body and notice where you're feeling this. It might feel a little different because you're using different props than what we have in the studio. Just notice that, be aware of it. Bring your awareness back to your breath as the mind begins to wander. Take your head and move it slowly over to the left, opening the right side of the neck. And then release that and pull your head over to the right, opening the left side of the neck, just noticing how that feels. Beautiful. And then move back and forth a few times, moving your head left and right. And then come back to center and take a big stretch here. Just move your arms back behind you, opening your shoulders and your heart a little bit more. Big stretch. And if you have your legs, soles touching in Baddha Konasana, stretch them out long. Beautiful. And then slowly work your way off of your props. So rolling to one side, doesn't matter which side. Just roll onto your side, coming into a fetal position. Giving yourself a moment here. And then use your top arm to press yourself up. Take your time. Move your blankets or your towels out of the way and work your way into tabletop. So tabletop is all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's do some cat-cow. So on an inhale, drop your belly down, spread your hips, lift your tailbone, pull your shoulder blades back. Keep your neck long. And then exhale, round your spine, looking towards the belly button, pressing into your hands. Beautiful. Drop down again, lift the tailbone, pull the shoulder blades back. And just move at your pace. See if you can follow your breath here. Inhaling and exhaling as you move. Beautiful. And if you'd like to add on to this, you can take your hips and move them to one side, maybe letting your head drop to the other side. Or just moving around organically if you want to do some circles. Pay attention to your body, your spine. Pay attention to your breath here. Beautiful. All right, now grab a prop again, maybe a blanket or a towel, or if you have blocks, and put it in front of you. I'm going to use blocks for this. Bend your elbows and hold on to opposite elbows or opposite wrists, wherever you can reach. And keep your, you can sink your hips back towards your heels. We're going into a child's pose. Or you can keep your hips up in the air if you like, and bring your chest towards the floor. If this is too much and your head doesn't reach the floor, you could bring your head onto your arms here like this. Just take your time and adjust. And notice where you feel this, maybe in the hips, maybe more in the shoulders. And just start to breathe into that area. Find something in your body you can relax and let go of here. Take your breath and move it from your tailbone up through the crown of your head. Keep your awareness on your breath. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, release your hands and stretch them out in front. And then gently move your blocks or your blanket out of the way. Reach your hands out in front. And then bend your elbows again, bringing the elbows down. Bring your hands together and let them float back behind your head. And just notice the difference here. If you're not feeling much and you want to walk your elbows out a little bit more for a bigger stretch in the shoulders, you can do that. Beautiful. Slowly begin to release that and work your way all the way up onto your knees. And then find a big shoulder roll here. So take your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Just moving them around. And then go in the opposite direction, pulling them back, up, down, and around. paying attention to your shoulders we've been working on. And then inhale the arms up, reaching up. Exhale down. And again, inhale, reach up. Opening your heart, exhale down. One more time. Inhale, reach up. This time, clasp your hands together. Drop all the fingers except the index fingers. Reach up tall through the spine. And find a little itty bitty back bend. Reaching back. Breathe. Beautiful. Exhale, drop down. All right, find your, if you have a block, that's ideal here. If you don't have a block, you could use a book. We're going to do a subscapular release. So I like to take the block or the book at one end of the mat, and then take the mat and fold it over your book or your block so that it's nice and padded here. And then take your blanket or towel and put it on the other side of your folded block or book. And then come onto one side of your hips. I'm starting with the left side here. Doesn't matter which side you start with. Take your time, get settled. And then you're going to just lean over, and we're going to find that spot, that trigger point right under your armpit in here. And you're going to place it on the block. And it's going to make you say, ah, I found it. And then just let yourself come down and let your head come into your hand, holding it gently. And that spot might feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's the point. But breathe into it. Your top arm and leg can either be out long if you like that feeling of stretching out that leg, or you can keep it bent here. And just let this top arm relax. Focusing your breath on this area that's under the block or the book. Relax your head and your face and your jaw. And just breathe here. Deep, relaxing breaths. Focusing on letting go. Beautiful. Take your top arm and reach it up in the air. Let that arm kind of float over your ear. Reach it out, kind of a big stretch on the top side of your body. For me, it's the right side. And then just let the elbow hang. And I'm going to actually stretch out my leg here too. See if you can find a stretch in that, the side that's open to the sky. Beautiful. And then release that and take your top arm and let it hang behind your waist. Just let that shoulder open behind you. A little bit more of a heart opener, so your heart, your chest is opening to the sky here. Just a little bit more. Relax your shoulder and breathe. Take a big deep inhale here through the nose. And let out a big sigh through the mouth. Beautiful. Slowly start to release this, working your way up. You can leave the block here, the book, for a moment. Come onto your knees and hold on to that, coming into heart melting pose. So this time keeping your hips stacked over your knees. Hold on to that prop and then just start to bring your chest towards the floor. You probably won't be able to go all the way to the floor. Just find another big shoulder opener here. Breathe with it. Beautiful. Slowly begin to release that, working your way up. Coming all the way up onto your knees again, and find that shoulder roll again. We're working on the shoulders a lot today. And switch direction. Beautiful. All right. You can leave your block where it is. I'm going to take mine and move it to the other side so you can see me. We're going to come down and do the opposite side, that subscapular release. So you know what to do. Go ahead and work your way down. And once you get settled, find that spot, find that trigger point. Once you get settled, start to move your breath into that area. Each side's going to feel a little different. So this might be easier for you, it might be more difficult. Just take your time. Breathe into that area. Relax for the moment. The arm that's facing the sky for me is my left side. See if you can relax your face a little more. Relax your breathing. Sometimes we tend to tense up other areas of the body when we're trying to relax something else. So just scan your body and notice what feels tight right now. Maybe you're scrunching up your toes, or maybe you feel like you're tightening your hips or your other shoulder. See if you can release that tense tightness. Beautiful. And then take your top arm and slowly inhale it up and reach it over your top of your ear. Maybe you'd like to take that top leg and stretch it out. Big opening in for me, the left side. And then take your elbow and just bend it and let it hang for a moment. Big opening in that side. And then inhale the top arm up in the air again and bring it behind your waist. Opening that shoulder, opening your heart again. Maybe even lifting it up a little bit towards the sky. Beautiful. Take a big deep inhale here through your nose. And let out a big sigh. And slowly begin to release that, working your way up. And you can just move your props out of the way for the time being. And work your way down onto your belly, coming all the way down into Sphinx pose. So all the way down onto the belly, bring your elbows under your shoulders. And just take time to make sure that your arms are parallel with the sides of your mat. If you like, you can lift up your legs one at a time, lengthening your spine. Take a moment here to make sure your fingers are spread wide. And then press gently into your elbows, pressing forward and then lifting up, lifting your heart. And notice the breath in the belly. You'll be pressing your low belly maybe into the mat, and just notice how that feels. The breath will wrap around your lower spine here. As you inhale, pressing into the mat, and then exhale and it releases. And see if you can envision your breath moving around your low spine and low belly here. And then pull that breath in circles all the way around your torso, all the way up to your heart, lifting your heart. Relax your hips a little bit more. Relax your legs and your lower back. Beautiful. Take a deep, deep inhale here, lifting up a little bit more. And on the exhale, let your left ear come a little closer to your left shoulder without moving your shoulders, keeping your shoulder blades pulled down your back, opening the right side of the neck. Bring your head back to center. Take another deep, deep inhale. And on the exhale, let your right ear come a little closer to your right shoulder. Breathing into the left side of your neck. Beautiful. Bring your head back to center. Another big, deep inhale. Fill up your entire torso with breath. And then a big exhale here. And slowly lower down, making a little pillow for your head. Bend your knees. And just let your feet float back and forth here. Relaxing your lower spine and your hip. You can make some circles with your legs. Switch direction. Beautiful. And then just let your feet kind of float out to the side. See if you can relax your hips a little bit more, your upper body, your shoulders, everything, just let it go. Beautiful. Release your legs down. And then you can keep your hands the way they are, and then slowly start to take a knee out to the side. So I'm starting with my right knee about hip height. So knee and hip are lined up, knee and ankle are lined up, and the foot is flexed. So just pause here, maybe pulling your right hip down a little bit more towards the floor. And pause and relax here. See if you can relax your hips a little bit more. Take a big inhale. And on the exhale, slowly start to take your arms out to the side and stretch them out. You could bring your forehead down onto the mat, or you could bring a cheek down. Just stretch your arms out, keeping your knee where it is. Beautiful. Release that. Bring your hands back under your chest. Release your leg, pressing up and come back into a child's pose. If you want props here, you can put a blanket or a block under your head, but just let your hips sink back towards your heels. You could also put a towel under the tops of your feet here. We won't be here too long. Just noticing how this feels, maybe reaching your hands out. If you like to move here, you can find a little sway, moving your hips. Just pay attention to your body. Sort of releasing that low spine here. We were on the belly for a while. Pay attention to your breath here, moving the breath from your low spine, your tailbone, all the way up into the crown of your head. And then pull the breath back down the other side. Beautiful. And then slowly lift up again into tabletop from here and work your way all the way down onto your belly again. And lift up into Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders, spread your fingers wide. Keep your arms parallel with the sides of the mat. Actively press into your elbows, pressing forward and up. Breathe. Relax your hips a little bit more. Opening your heart here. Filling it with love and compassion for yourself and for others. From here, we're going to move into seal. You could stay right here, or if you're feeling okay with your low back and spine, take your hands out wide as the mat, if not wider, and then just press and lift up a little bit higher. So your hands are out in front of you. Pretty far out. Breathe. Breathe into your low spine. Breathe into your heart. Beautiful. Slowly begin to release that. Let your body just slowly come down onto the mat. Make a pillow for your head again with your hands, bending your elbows. And then bend your knees and just let them float side to side. Releasing tension in the low back and hips. Maybe making some circles with your legs. And then release your legs down, and we'll move into taking that left leg out to the side. So about hip height, knee and hip are lined up, knee and ankle are lined up. And then you can just let your head rest on your hands again, or if you prefer to have a cheek on the mat. Get comfortable here, maybe pressing that left hip a little bit closer to the mat. If you were here in class, I'd put a sandbag on your hip, so you can just envision that, knowing that you might have a little added weight on your hip. Just imagine what that feels like. Begin to relax your hip here, your shoulders. Pay attention to your breath here, that as you inhale, your belly presses into the mat, into the floor. And notice that your low spine will rise on that inhale and then drop on the exhale. Take a big deep inhale here. And on the exhale, let your arms come out, stretching them out. Maybe pulling that left hip a little closer to the floor. Beautiful. Slowly release that. Let the left leg go out long. Stretch your arms out in front. Stretch your legs behind you. Big stretch on the belly. And then slowly bring your hands underneath your chest and press yourself up. And we'll come again into a brief little child's pose. We won't be here long. Just sink your hips to your heels. Maybe find a little wiggle, little movement, hips and shoulders. Pay attention to your breath here, noticing if it's calmed down a lot from the beginning of class. And then slowly start to work your way up into tabletop. And find your blankets or your towels again. We're going to move into a supported bridge that we sometimes do with bolsters, but we're going to use blankets today. Or towels, whatever you have, if you have a big towel. So I'm putting 2 blankets together like this. You could put your towels together like this. So you want them not rolled up real tight like this, but kind of flat. Right together like this. And this is where your body goes. And then your shoulders are going to drop off over the edge of this. So this is another heart opener. So take your time to get your blankets or your towels folded the way you like them. If this drop feels like too much for you, you could put another small little towel or roll under your head. We've done this before with blocks and bolsters and all sorts of things at the studio. Today we're just going to use the blankets or towel, whatever you have. And then take your time. And so I'm letting my shoulders kind of drop. I'm going to wiggle, get them all the way off the edge here. So this is very individual. You'll have to see where it feels best for you. I like to have my arms in cactus arms. If that feels like it's too much on your shoulders, you can let them come down by your side, preferably with your palms open. And then just take a moment to stretch your legs out. So flexing your feet. Getting your body long here, envisioning a really long spine. Tuck your chin slightly to your chest. And then once you find that position that feels nice to you, let your ankles kind of fall open to the side. And start to breathe into your chest, your heart area again. If you're comfortable with it, you can close your eyes here, really relaxing into this. If you're at home, obviously you're at home, but if you have animals around you and they see you like this, they might want to start crawling all over you. Or maybe they'll just lay down beside you. Focusing on your breath again. See if you can let go of tension in your shoulders, in your neck, your hips, your low spine. Take a moment here to envision some warmth spreading throughout your body, especially emanating from your heart area. Take a big deep inhale, reaching your arms overhead on the inhale, reaching your feet out, and then exhale, bring the soles of your feet together here temporarily. Let your arms come down by your side. Beautiful. Release that slowly. Work your way over off of your blankets or your towels. Just work your way out to your side and pull everything out of the way. I'm just going to kind of put it over to one side, but come back onto your spine, and then take another big stretch here. And just notice that difference without any props underneath you. Notice how it feels to connect the back of your body with your mat again. Bend your knees, bringing the soles of the feet onto the mat. And then pull your knees up into your chest. Pulling them in. And take a little rock here. You can take your head, neck, move it from side to side. Rocking your knees from side to side. Beautiful. And then keeping your knees in close to your chest, take your right arm out, sort of, well, let's see, let's just do the right arm kind of out to the side, and then pull your knees over to the right, coming into a twist. Let your left arm come back behind you. If you have a towel or a blanket there and you find your left shoulder isn't coming all the way down, you can kind of pull that blanket under your shoulder. And then begin to relax here and breathe into the left side of your body. If you like how this feels and you like the stretch, you could actually take your right arm and hold onto your left knee, your left hip somewhere. But then see if you can relax your shoulders, both shoulders a little bit more. You can take your head and look over your left shoulder. Breathing into your left side. Pay attention to how this feels on your hip, on your shoulder, and send some breath to that area. See if you can get something in your body to relax a little bit more, let go. Beautiful. Take a big deep inhale. And on the exhale, pull your knees back into center. Holding onto your knees, find a little rock here. And then take both of your legs up in the air one at a time. Circle your ankles. You can circle them in the same direction, or if you want to try opposite direction, don't think about it too much. Just circle them around. And then let your legs open wide. You can hold onto your legs somewhere. Just let them stretch out and open. Relaxing your shoulders as you do this. Beautiful. Bring your legs back to center. Bend your knees again. And we'll move into a twist on the opposite side. So pulling your knees up into your chest, letting the left arm come out somewhere where it's comfortable. Let those knees come over to the side. Take your right arm back behind you. If you need to, you can put a prop underneath that right shoulder. Maybe you like to hold onto your knees here. This is called twisted roots. You can imagine if you're a gardener, you know what the roots of plants look like. So we're letting the body twist. And then if you like this, you could turn, if you like how it feels, you could turn your head to the right, looking over your right shoulder. And then begin to relax. Just letting your shoulder relax a little closer to the earth, letting your hips and knees relax a little closer together to the earth. Breathing all along your right side. Allowing your body to let go of tension. Letting your heart feel a little bit more with compassion, I should say, for yourself and for others, and passion too. The heart's linked with passion. Beautiful. Take a big deep inhale. On the exhale, let your knees come back to center and kind of straighten yourself up on the mat. Find that little rock. And take your head and move it left and right. Find some stillness here and work your way to a happy baby. So bringing your hands to the inside of your body, reaching and grabbing onto ankles or the bottoms of your feet. Pressing your knees towards the mat, soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Any movement you'd like to make here, feel free to do that. See if you can lengthen your neck here, sort of tucking the chin to the chest a little bit. Beautiful. Slowly release that. Let your legs come out long. Let your arms come out behind you. Take a big stretch. Connect the back of your body with the earth. Beautiful. All right, we're going to move into Shavasana here. So if you like, you can grab those blankets that you have and maybe find a little roll for your knees. Or pretending like it's a little bolster here, and just let your knees kind of lazily droop over that blanket. If you like to have a roll under your head, then you can take a towel or a blanket and just make a gentle little roll for your neck. Just take your time to find your favorite position here. If you want to continue that little heart opening, you can bring your arms to cactus arms in this Shavasana. You can let them come down by your side. Continue to focus on your breath. Continue to focus on that relaxation and letting go. Let your body feel heavy and relaxed. If you need to make any movements here, you could take your head and roll it from side to side, or maybe wiggle out your arms and hips and legs, and then start to find that stillness. Scan your body, starting with your feet, your toes, let them relax. Your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips. Work your way up your body. Relax your belly area. Relax your ribs, your sternum, your heart, the shoulders, your arms, your fingers. And then bring your awareness all the way up to the crown of your head and envision those worries and stress relieving your body here. Let it go. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Bring your awareness to your heart space. Bring one hand to your heart and see if you can feel it beating in there, maybe pressing into your chest and just being aware of your heart. Bring the other hand on top of your first hand and let it be aware of your heart. Beautiful. And then open your arms wide, reaching out to the side, opening your shoulders and your heart. And then bring them back in and give yourself a big hug. Opening up again, reaching out to the side. And then bring it back in and hug, bringing the opposite arm on top. Beautiful. And then open out again to the side. Pause here. Wiggle your toes and your fingers a little more. And take your head and move it from side to side. Just find a little movement in your body. And then take a big stretch again, like you're first waking up in the morning, reaching your arms overhead, stretching your legs out. Pull your knees up into your chest. Maybe finding a little rock here. And then roll over onto one side and give yourself a moment. Let yourself pause there. Helen Keller said, "The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart." And slowly work your way up to a seated position. And let's all share a breath together by inhaling the arms up. Exhaling that beautiful energy back into your heart to carry with you throughout the day. Thank you for practicing, everyone. Namaste. Thank you. My heart goes out to you today.